What's going on, guys? Dan back here with the Regular Guy Garage. Pretty simple mod we're going to do here today to the Mustang, something that I think you should do to really any performance car, honestly. So what we're going to do is a catch can. Very simple, very inexpensive mod to do. I'll go ahead and set you guys up over here. Alright, so I'm going to explain why you would really want to do a catch can. I've done this before on my Whipple Supercharged Camaro. I had to mod the catch can a little bit to get it to fit, but I will speak again on why it's important to have a catch can, what benefits you have from it, and honestly the fact that it's so cost effective, you might as well do it anyway. So let me go ahead and get this hood opened up, and then we'll dive into it. We need to get a set of hood struts for these things. We need to get a set of hood struts for this thing. Alright, so what you're going to want to do first here on this 2008, well, this is a 2019 Mustang, but really simple. Take the cover off. I'll go ahead and I'm going to pop these two covers off. There's two nuts inside there. Loosen them up, take it off, and then I'll show you where to connect it. Alright guys, so these covers are pretty easy to take off. You just get like a flathead, pull these two little covers off. And I believe the nuts are the elusive 10 millimeter. Kind of awkward to get your finger in there. Kind of awkward to get your finger in there unless you got really tiny fingers. So mechanic's best friend is these little magnets right here. I got a flexible one, so in case I got some like weird crevice that something falls down into. Like that. Pull up. And there it goes. Alright guys, so first and foremost, go Chiefs. Alright, so here I have the JLT catch can for the 2018-19 Mustang. Relatively cheap. I got the receipt right here. I'll show it to you guys. It was $148 after tax. Alright, so I bought this from Competition Auto in Spring Lake. I was going to order it offline. Probably could have got it a few bucks cheaper. I mean, I had to pay tax and everything, but I mean, I've said it before in the past, I usually try and go to them for as much as possible. Great group of people over there, and I'm all about helping out small businesses, you know, local businesses and stuff like that too. So, you know, I essentially paid, essentially paid pretty much the same price, you know, a few extra dollars more with tax, which is kind of, you know, whatever. But, shut my autofocus off so it stops doing that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open the box up for the first time. Like I said, this is the JLT 3.0 for the 2018-19 Mustang. Very simple, very easy install. Right, I don't even think this one actually has a bracket. So you got your two hoses. Here's the actual can itself. Right, and so it has a little filter in here. Essentially what happens is it sucks the vapor in through, goes through the filter, and then the oil residue sits inside of this can right here, and then the rest of the gas flows back through into the intake. So if you're wondering, where does this catch can go, or oil separator, whatever you want to call it, this is the passenger side, and if you can't tell already, it is going to go right there. That hose that kind of horseshoes right there and goes from the valve cover right into the intake manifold. That is where this JLT oil separator is going to go. Now you might be asking yourself, Dan, why do I need to spend $139, $140, $180, whatever brand you get on a catch can or oil separator? And it is actually very simple, very easy explanation. I've said it. So So the reason why is, and you can see it right here, right? Valve cover breather. What is underneath here? Your dual overhead cams, valve train and stuff is up here. But essentially what's happening is your crankcase pressure is venting through this hose right here into the intake manifold. Now, is it really the crankcase pressure venting or vacuum from the intake manifold sucking that vapor through here, putting it back into the intake manifold? So when you're not under full throttle, essentially this thing is always in vacuum mode. So you're constantly actually sucking the vapors out through here. Oil residue and stuff builds up, gets back into the intake manifold, right? And then as the vapors get put back into the cylinder heads, in theory it should burn off all those extra oil vapors, but in reality it doesn't. It coats up these intake runners, and after some time it gunks them up really bad. And then not only that, it lowers your octane level, because now you're introducing actual oil residue back into your combustion chamber, mixing it with the air and fuel. That's what can cause knock. So in reality, this is kind of like a preventative maintenance thing. This is going to keep the computer from pulling time. It's going to keep your fuel octane level right at where it's supposed to be, whether you're running 93, 91, E85, I mean whatever it is. It's going to keep it from lowering the octane, and it's going to keep your intake valves and stuff from being gunked up. It's going to keep oil out of the intake manifold. So for like that cheap 130, 140 bucks, just go ahead and get it, slap it on. I'm going to put it on here really quick and show you. Super easy. All right, and this is actually so easy that I'm going to try and do this with one hand. I'm going to try and hold the camera with one hand. I'll try and hold the camera with one hand and then install it with the other. The first thing you're going to do, identify this breather hose. It's pretty hard to miss. It's got this little blue tab right here. Now these things are super easy to take off. I know some people are like, man, I can't work on new cars. They got all this new crazy technology, but they also have awesome things like this. You just push this tab in, pull it right off. Same thing over here. The blue one, the intake manifold, same hose. Go ahead and pull it right off. So I don't know if you will be actually able to see it. I'm gonna try and shine a light in there. First off, this thing just smells like straight oil. There is definitely just oil coated all in this thing. And like I said, oil is going straight back into that intake manifold. It's doing more harm than good. That's just coated this entire breather hose. All right guys, so real simple install. You saw me take the other hose off. All that you're gonna do for this one is just stick this one in there, and then stick this one in there. And that is it. So as you can see, catch can is there, not hitting on anything. A little bit of rub on this hose, but there's a guard on this hose, so it really doesn't matter. And it's really only there, because I had to move this to put the PMOS intake on. But completely fine, not touching anything, fully supported, no bracketry, nothing like that. Very easy install. And I'm just gonna make sure this bottom piece is tight, which I tightened it before I put on. All right, yep. And we're good to go. All right, so like I said, catch can, this one is the JLT 3.0 for the 2018-19 Mustangs. Very simple install, very good product to get, very good part to get, especially if either you just started modding or you're about to mod. It's gonna keep your intake valve, it's going to keep your intake and intake valves from getting all gunked up, and it's going to keep your octane level of your fuel where it's supposed to be. It's not going to lower it with introducing any oil into the actual engine. So we'll check it in I'll give it about a month, and then we'll check and see how much oil actually builds up in it. But for now guys, if you haven't followed me on Instagram already, @RegularGuyGarage, take care and we'll see you on the next one.